Welcome to sunny, cold Oldham. Today I'm going to show you another one of our developments that we're doing for one of our supported living clients. And this is a public house that we've bought, and we've got planning to convert this into 9 flats. So let's go inside and have a look. I'll tell you who I am and what I do. I'll introduce you to Phil, my builder. We can have a walk around and we can show you how the project's going to be delivered in the end. So now we're inside and it's still cold. This is absolutely perfect for our supported living clients. And we have 2 options here with this property. We have a housing association that are interested in taking it on a long lease, at least 10 years. And then we have a client who works with neurodivergent clients and they are interested in buying it from us. So that's something that we're still considering and we haven't made a final decision on that just yet. So let me introduce you to Phil, who is our amazing builder. Phil, can you just tell us about this building, how we're going to convert it, and all the struggles and hassles you had? Because of course we had a really bad structural report, didn't we?
So we had a real bad structural report when we first got this building. As you can see, it's going to be divided up into 9 flats. As you come through the front door, this will be the first flat that you enter. Where the wall is, what you can see boarded in front of you, will actually be closed fully off. It's just open at the moment so we can get around the building. Bathroom area to your right hand side, so it's a bit more of a studio. This is going to be a kitchen in the back part of the area to make this lovely 1-bed flat.
It's quite nice and big though, isn't it? I mean, the ones we did before, we did the ones on Union Street. We did a studio there, didn't we?
Yeah.
And that worked really, really well. It's kind of like a loft space, wasn't it? Tell us about this, Phil.
So this opening here, we're held up by a piece of timber beforehand. When we take you through, you'll see how structurally unsound the building is at the back. So we've just put a brick pillar up to carry the timber at the moment until we do the rest of the structural work on the building.
And now you're going to come into flat 2.
So again, at the back, you've got your own staircase to come up through the back, which was originally the kitchen area for the pub. This is all going to get stripped back, tanked, new windows, new door, the full works in here. This then becomes the bedroom.
This has got a great outside aspect as well.
Yeah.
You know, it's nice and light, lots of green. Is it a canal or a river or?
A little stream at the bottom,
down there. So that's really nice. And then we come out of flat 2. And we come into the living room area.
This is where it gets a bit ropey. This was the old toilets originally. It's a bit wet at the moment, damp. It's had a bad roofing job before. When we first come and looked at the pub, there were telltale signs of movement on the pub. Now the surveyor picked up that the building was falling down. As we stripped out the building, we found the reason why the building was moving. If you can see at the top, you've got an old part of the extension sat on a piece of timber, which is totally rotten, but it's not actually even keyed into anything of timber. It's not sat on anything else. It's literally floating in thin air, and obviously with the roof leaking, it's made it rotten and it's ready to be taken out.
So what Phil's going to do here is you're going to put steels.
Yeah, we're going to put 2 steels right across, trimmed into the other wall, and then 2 steels off them steels onto this wall, which will carry the building above. If it were done properly in the first place, it would have been okay to leave, but obviously now you've stripped the building out, you found the problems. It seems to be the case with a lot of the pubs that we're getting nowadays. I think because of the crisis that people are in, they're bodging the jobs, and then a few years down the line they're selling them. But
in terms of space, pubs are a good buy for us, for the business that we're in. We're doing supported living. We want people to be safe, secure. We don't want neighbours to be complaining. We don't want them to feel uncomfortable. So for us, these are a perfect opportunity.
Yeah, pubs are one of the best opportunities you probably can purchase in. So eventually the roof's going to come off, new roof on. The walls that you see that are structural at the moment will all be coming out, all replaced with steels. So
we're approaching flat 3 now, and you can feel the difference already, can't you? It's drier.
It's much drier. This was the actual bar side of the pub, where the floor's been re-put back in there. There was a staircase down to the cellar. So this now becomes a nice kitchen, little living area. We'll be putting a bigger window in to let more light into the area.
So this is the bathroom for flat 3, and then here you've got the bedroom. So it's quite a vast expanse really, so it makes it feel a lot bigger for the clients.
All the chimneys have been taken out of the building, top to bottom. Main reason, the roof had leaks around the chimneys, so we decided to drop them all the way down to create that extra bit of space in each room as well at the same time. The roof then gets covered back over. There's no issues with leaks around the chimneys at later stages.
So they're the soil pipes, aren't they?
Yeah, they're the soil pipes to run obviously the toilets upstairs then.
But you can see there's an awful lot of work to do. So this was a spare room where the provider was going to have an office and a communal space. It depends who the provider is in the end. They may just want the 9 rooms, but most of them want space for their staff. And so we've made provision for there to be a room where the staff can work, they can be here all day, they can sleep here if they want to. It'll just be one big room with everything in there for them.
This will be insulated and another board will be put into the recess to make it all finish of a wall.
So it'll be totally separated from the other area, and they can only access from corridors. The staff can work and sleep in here if they want, and then they've got a room here that we were going to make as a computer room so that the clients who were living in the house would have somewhere to learn, use the computers, and they can be with the staff because they're just next door. It means that they don't all have to have their own computers. We can provide 2 or 3 computers for them. So it's nothing exciting or fancy, but it's just a good space to provide extra facilities for our clients. So what happens is you'll come in at the side door here, and that will be the entrance to the flats that are going upstairs. So when you're coming directly to the staff quarters. So that's a really good point of contact. Stop! I just want to give you the opportunity to invest in property with none of your own money. There's a link below. Go and click on that and you can start your property journey. So let's get back to the property tour. So we just got up to the first floor and we're about to come into flat 4. So when Phil and I very first came to look at this place, I mean, the whole wall had a massive crack, didn't it? And every time we came back, we would measure it.
Yeah, there were a telltale on the wall to say how much it was moving. We noticed that there wasn't much movement in it, which put me down to think it's not actual structural dropping on the footings, it's actually something with the wall itself, and then obviously we found out that the timber were trying to support that. Once that's rectified, the building should be pretty stable. If
you've got the right team working with you, they can then take everything back to brick and identify what the problem is, then you can find a proper solution for it, can't you? This goes really high, doesn't it, here?
Yeah, this is where the existing chimney was, so we're a chimney where the door opening's been put in at the moment, and on the opposite side. So obviously the chimneys come out again, new door opening to come through into this flat, new stud wall to divide the corridor for the opposite side, new ceiling underneath with 300mm of insulation over the top to keep the warmth in.
And then we've got this room in here. We're still in the same flat, so all of this is going to come out and the bathroom's going to be in there. I know that's hard to believe right now, but that is what is going to happen. I mean, if we had mega bucks, we could take all this ceiling off, we could go all the way up to the top, but you have to stop somewhere because this job has increased by about 200,000 since we bought it. You know, yeah, sure, that's less money in our pockets right now, but this is a very long-term project. This is something that we're going to keep for ever and ever and ever, probably earn us about £50,000 a year. So we're coming along the corridor here, and there'll be a door, and you'll be coming into flat 5.
This is going to be the kitchen living area. We have a kitchen across the back wall. We've lined all the walls out at the moment so we can get insulation on. There's no insulation in the cavities. So what we've done is studied all the walls, and there'll be insulation put inside, trapped in between the board and the external wall itself. Then you've got your bedroom, which again, fairly good sized bedroom.
You have to ignore the fact that you feel like it's sloping. But I mean, there's plenty of space there for cupboards and shelves. It's nice and light. It's a decent size for a bedroom. And it's really nice that they've all got their own flats. It's not like they've all got studios. They've all got proper big flats. In fairness, when we're doing these projects, we don't always give them massive bathrooms. And part of that reason is because they spend so little time in them. We would rather give the extra space to their living and sleeping area so they feel much more comfortable, because the amount of time they spend in their bathroom is minimal. So now we come to the next flat entrance here. This has a corridor. Love it when they have a corridor because that makes it feel so much more spacious. So bathroom in here, and then this is your bedroom, and then next door you've got the living room come kitchen. When we're doing these kinds of projects, we do often do open plan living kitchen area. But this room's plenty big enough, and once we've done it all out, it will look fabulous. Because if you have a look at some of the other projects we've done, you'll see that we do it to a really good standard. We do them as if we were going to do them for the private rented sector to sell, pretty much all the same level. Now we'll go down to the basement, and that's where we're going to do the 3 flats, and that's actually the hardest part of the project. So you have to excuse the mess here, because unfortunately it looks like somebody's decided that they've found a bit of a dumping ground, and over the last couple of days they've come and just got rid of their waste. So we're going into the basement area now, which might be quite difficult for you to see because it's quite dark. I'm going to hand over to Phil because this is really all building work.
This is where the main work will begin down here. As you can see, we've started getting a bit of the drainage in to carry all the toilet waste. Where you're stood now, Carol, is a manhole directly below you. What we're doing, we're going to take this manhole out and move it to the outside, where you can see we've dug down and found the main drain on the outside of the property. We'll connect on that, put a new manhole in, so everything will be serviced from outside. There'll be no actual chamber or anything inside under the floors. We're going to take the walls out of the front, put big windows and doors in. The windows and doors will be on the front elevation, so as you're looking from outside, you will see 3 sets of windows and doors, and then every wall that you can see from front to back gets removed and replaced with steels. This is so we've actually got natural light all the way to the back of the building, because there ain't any other source of getting light into this property in the basement, and we need as much natural light as we can, so we will take every wall out that is in front of us right to the back to create a long, open plan, flat area. We're going to have to build the floors up, because the floors, there's about 350mm difference in height from front to back. Now these are going to be disabled access flat seas, so they can be wheelchair friendly. So what we're going to do is build the floors up to a level all the way through to the back.
For some people, having to change their environment is very, very stressful. So if it's somewhere that they can live forever, then that's what we want to try to accommodate. So we're future-proofing it again by making sure that we have got disabled access. So if in time any of the clients have a need for those facilities, we've got them on site and they can use them. As you can probably tell, it's really cold down here. So we're going to go back upstairs to the main room. We're going to go through the numbers and then we'll just finish up. So what everybody always wants to know is, how much did it cost, what you're going to make, and how is it all going to work out, which is completely understandable. The all-in cost for this project probably going to work out at about 850,000. It's going to be 12 months to do the development of it. And if we sell it to the charity that are interested in buying it, they will buy it for £1.1 million. And if we keep it and just take the rent off it, we will make £50,000 per year profit. So initially, there's not a huge amount of money in it, but we're not doing this for the short term. We're doing this for a legacy. And I want it to provide a home for people who have nothing, who need support and who need encouragement. As you know, about 70% of our business is in the supported living sector and about 30% is in the private rented sector. We are really, really fortunate because we work with some great investors who support us financially, allowing us to use their money to develop the projects, and we give the money back with an interest. We also partner with other clients, collaborate with people on projects, and sometimes we buy property for other investors. But our main focus is we want them to look towards investing their money into community-based projects, supported living, because that is our passion. So I hope you've really enjoyed this. I'm Carole Neales. If there's anything you need to know, my company's Clearwater Property Partners, please reach out and be really happy to answer any questions that you've got.